You probably struggle with building a new habit. I used to struggle too, but then I fixed it with these 4 steps. Hi everyone, I'm Somto and welcome to my YouTube channel. On the average, it takes about 21 days to 250 days to build a new habit, depending on the individual. Some weeks ago, I took a conscious decision to step out of my comfort zone and build a new habit. I decided to embark on a 30 minutes daily walking challenge for 30 days, which I tried to do in order to build a new habit. And now, even though the challenge is over, I'm still walking every day. Here is exactly how I turned this 30 days challenge to a real habit. Before I continue, I must say a big shout out to the author of Atomic Habits, James Clear. That was a wonderful piece from you. So I'm recommending Atomic Habits to every one of you who is interested in learning a new habit. In order not to bore you with all this too much information, let's dive into the main reason why you're here. So here are the 4 steps to building a new habit. The number 1 step is to make it obvious. It is important that your new habit is just as obvious as the habit you're trying to replace. Now, what do I mean by this? Make it in such a way that it's very, very difficult to forget. Like you can't forget it easily. So if you're the kind of person who wants to start going to the gym more frequently, who wants to get active more frequently, one cue for you is to put out your gym materials the day before. This way, it's very obvious for you that you have to go to the gym. So you put it in a place where you know anytime you pass, you see it there. The number 2 reason is to make it attractive. The reason why I say attractive is because your brain is always trying to go to that pattern that is attractive. If you want to replace your old habit with a new habit, you just have to make the new habit just as attractive as the old one. So if your brain wants to choose, it's easier for your brain to go for the new habit. And before I forget, this also means you have to make the old habit less attractive. So you have to find a way to make the old habit you're trying to stop less attractive. I don't know what I can use as an example for this. For me, for instance, one of the ways I had to do this was I informed myself of what it means of not being active. So this way I learned the consequences of not being an active person. So this made inactivity less attractive for me. Don't forget, make your new habit attractive and the old one less attractive for you. So the 3rd step is to make it easy. Come to think of it, most of the habits that we are trying to replace come easy to us. It is very important that you make your new habit just as easy as the habit you're trying to replace. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's say you're the kind of person who wants to replace video games for reading. One of the things to do is to make the habit you're trying to replace difficult. One of the ways to do that is to make your gaming process difficult and your reading process easy. Now, what do I mean by that? It could mean that after playing games, you have to disconnect everything and put it back in the box. So this way, the next time before you play a game, you're going to spend some time in order to set up the game and to play it. It's not just enough to stop a bad habit. It is in your interest to replace a bad habit. Because research has shown that it's easy to replace a bad habit, but almost difficult to eliminate a bad habit. As much as you are trying to build a new habit, also make it difficult for you to go back to the habit you're trying to replace. And don't forget, your brain is always trying to make you feel good. So at the point in time where your brain decides to play a game and it's packed in the box, and you know there are steps that you still need to take to get the game ready, perhaps you still need to go down in the basements, perhaps you still need to go to somewhere where you locked it away to go pack it out and go set it up and to do this and plug it in on your television. Once your brain thinks about doing that, it will most times go to an easier option, which is the new habit you're trying to build. It makes it easier for your brain to decide to go for the next best alternative because you made the other alternative difficult for you to do. The 4th and last step is to make it satisfying. You know the feeling you get while playing video games or after playing the video games. You should try as well to make that feeling possible in your new habit. So try and set up ways, just like I said earlier, on my walks, I tried as much as possible to make this challenge very satisfying in the sense that I tracked it. The thought of me seeing the result at the end of the whole challenge was very, very exciting for me. So it made it very, very amazing for me because I know after each walk, I'm going to look at my tracker and I'm going to know how everything went. And at the same time, I also listened to audiobooks. So this also gave me a satisfying feeling on the challenge as well. Another thing was the thought of me doing something that I've never done before. The thought of me consciously building a new habit was just something very, very satisfying to me. Don't forget, the main point of building this habit is to fall in love with the process. So here are my key takeaways. If you're trying to build a new habit, just try and start simple, but be consistent. Focus more on showing up than perfection. It is very important that you show up. If you decide this is what I'm going to do, it is very important that you show up for yourself than being perfect. Some might always fall back to losing weight. If your main goal is to lose weight or to be more active, don't try to overdo it at the initial stage. It is better to start with lesser momentum, and as you continue, you build momentum, then you start with a high momentum and you don't end up being successful in your quest. So how do we make this easy? For instance, try and set up a plan that makes it easy for you to get into active mode. For instance, you can give yourself a challenge of 5 minutes per day. 5 minutes per day stepping out of the house and taking a walk. So if you're the kind of person who has very difficult time doing this or getting active or doing something, try and start small. Don't rush into it. Whatever you've decided to do, try and make it simple as possible. Show up for yourself. Take a 5 minutes meditation if you need it. Take a 5 minutes walking if you need it. It doesn't have to be 1 hour constant active walk. It doesn't have to be a 1 hour gym time. You can make it a 5 minutes gym time or a 10 minutes gym time or 15 minutes gym time. It is better to be consistent on your 15 minutes daily workout routine than to be inconsistent with an hour or 2 hours workout in the gym and you end up not going to the gym for the next 30 or 40 weeks, which is counterproductive for you. So the best thing is to start small and stay focused. What habit do you want to build this month? Drop it in the comment section. Maybe I might be tempted to try one of those. If you found this video helpful, hit like, share, subscribe, and join me as we level up one habit at a time. I'll see you in the next one.